Hello, I'm going to try a new different type of video, and I'm going to be displaying my art skills. I'm going to be trying to draw album covers in my art style. I hope you enjoy, and let's start. The first album I'm attempting to draw here is Weyes Blood Titanic Rising. It's like an art pop album, and definitely one of my favorite album covers of all time. I think it's objectively one of the best covers in modern time. Definitely a substantial album of the 2010s. Maybe not on a mainstream level, but definitely on a critical level. It's just so luscious, atmospheric, and it just exactly sounds like the cover. Like you're in this underwater room with her, just exploring yourself, her world, and her intentions through this album. It's just so beautiful. It's like a modern art pop album. Like I kind of get, if you like those like influential like art pop ladies, like Fiona Apple, Kate Bush, Bjork, I'd say definitely like her. And as you can see, it was a very intricate background. So, I traced, okay, don't freaking call me out for tracing or whatever, but I just traced the basic shapes, but then I colored and added details and tried to like emphasize my own art style once I took out the layer and just colored from there. So I was mainly referencing color and picking the colors here, trying to render the clothes and focus on the person here. So the person is the easiest part for me. It's just the backgrounds. I think backgrounds are my weakness. So I will admit I didn't go into this much detail just because of how intricate the background is. I mean, it's a beautiful set, and I appreciate how it was such an intricate and atmospheric set for this album. Like, I think there was a behind the scenes video and everything. I didn't get to watch the entire thing, but I could tell there's definitely a lot of effort put into it. And I just respect how it was actually real. She went into an underwater room for this. It's pretty tedious coloring everything in. Look at the little teddy bear. It's a pretty cute teddy bear. I like how I still kept its cuteness there. And it's, yeah. Like, I apologize if I'm not coming up with anything very structured. I don't have a script with me right now, so I'm just yapping in improv, providing commentary for this coloring drawing. And I think for the rest, I could probably put some music on. And here's the final result. The next album I will be attempting to redraw is SZA's Control. I think this is a pretty substantial album of the 2010s, definitely both mainstream and critically. I can also see it being a sister album to Blonde by Frank Ocean. I kind of get that in vibes as well. But overall, this is such a real and unapologetically SZA album. Like, I don't think SZA can ever top her debut, which is pretty impressive. I mean, it's a really good album, and uh, as much as I kind of liked SOS, obviously I don't think it tops Control. It, I think this will definitely age to become a modern classic, and she's just a really genuine, good singer, and yeah, I really like this album. Uh, I think a thing that I was kind of jealous with was that personally I didn't grow up with it, so I listened to it way later than it was released. I wasn't there when it released. That's sad. I know. I didn't get into her until recently, like maybe 2 years ago, probably around that time frame. I think that's when I was just in my like deep dive into my music nerd like era, just like looking at substantial modern albums. Definitely one of them, like I said before. It's it's pretty good R&B album. And like I said, the background was also pretty intricate with all the computers and screens. So it was really tedious and hard to like color all every individual computer screen. So there was that. And I wish I had more to say. I'm coming blank right now. I'm sorry. I think if you want to know, my favorite track is Prom. I think that's a track I go back to the most. And yeah, it's cool. The last and final album I'll be doing for today is Deftones Around the Fur. Now, I got into Deftones pretty recently, and I'd have to say they are pretty awesome. This is, I think, a pretty iconic album cover. I'm not very experienced with perspective, so I thought this was good practice. At first, I tried to just get the basic shape of it down, but, like, I thought the nose looked weird in my style, so I eventually tried to stylize it into more of my style there. So, there you could see a lot of, like, attempts there, and it took some time to make it look good there. So there's that. So how I got into Deftones, I think, was kind of a stupid story now that I look back at it. It it was because I saw this, TikTok of this guy who, managed to cover "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley into the style of Deftones, and I thought, "Huh, this style does sound cool, I'm gonna check them out," and wow, he was actually pretty accurate. It was definitely an interesting way to get rickrolled, but yeah, that guy got me to Deftones, and, I've always seen Deftones around. I always saw this album cover because of, like, music nerds, and, it's very, highly acclaimed Rachel music, and has a pretty high rating. So, came into this, okay, this is gonna be a good album, and I ended up enjoying it. It's, a very raw, I think a very, genuine album. I think it's also like a big like new metal classic, right? So it's like pretty influential to new metal. I mean, I think this album is really good, but I thought that the whole MX thing was kind of annoying because it's like over 30 minutes long and you get like 20 minutes of silence. But the two songs that come with it are pretty good. I like the MX track, yeah, for sure. And the Shove It song, man, like that being the opener was just great. It's a great hit, you know. This lady's she's kind of hot. Don't know what to say. But yeah, I think this was actually the easiest to draw in color because the background was pretty simple, thankfully. And this is the final result here. I hope you enjoy my drawings and this style of content. Thank you for watching.